Hi guys, my name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. Today we are incorporating pets into our art, so without any further ado, let's get on to the video. So as I said, for this video I want to incorporate pets, and today I'll be drawing a lady carrying her dog. So it's going to be a small dog, and I'm going to start out with a lady with her hair tied up, and I thought it would be a really nice idea to do. I don't think I have many ladies with their hairs tied up. It's usually not a style that I'm going for, so I think this will look a little bit older, and I wanted to give her like a warm feel. I wanted to give a warm feel to the entire drawing, so I made like a lovely sweater for her with big buttons on there and like the stripes on the sweater, and I really like how that turned out. Now, as for animals, I usually don't draw animals, and I suppose it's something that, you know, at some point I'd have to learn as well, and why not now? So I know I've drawn cats before, I have drawn a rabbit before, I've drawn a crab before, not necessarily on this channel. It might be on my Instagram or channels like that, so it might be on my social media pages, but I've never really made a video out of those. But I wanted to draw a dog this time and actually show you guys how I'm doing it. So this is from memory with the dog and how to make it. It's a small dog. I did use like a reference here and there, but yeah, I think it turned out quite well. It's a really cute little dog, and I have an idea for coloring it in, so really excited to do that. And as for the lady, I decided not to put the entire sweater in like with the lines in there. I wanted to have a little bit of difference in how it looked and how it was styling, so if that makes sense. So that's what I went for, and I wanted to accessorize with dog accessories. So I put a big bag of dog food in there, and a bowl with dog food, a lead, and a toy, and a pillow. And animals are so stubborn that I know that they're not always going to sit on a pillow when you want them to. I know my cat certainly doesn't. I have bought many accessories for my cat where I thought, oh, he might like that. And I bought a tunnel. He barely used the tunnel, and it was like crunchy, so every time he went in there was like the crunch, but he wasn't really using it at all. And I think I half bought like a cat bed for him, and he didn't use it, and something he could climb into. And cats like simple things. Cats like boxes. If you order something and you have a box left over, that's what they like. So yeah, so I'm not really buying much for my cat anymore because he doesn't play with it anyway. He doesn't use it. Now for dogs, I don't have a dog myself. I had a dog when I was younger, when I was growing up, and my parents had a big Leonberger, if I said it correctly in English, and she was beautiful, such a sweet, gentle dog. I loved her. I didn't like walking the dog, which sometimes we had to do, but yeah, I did love her a lot, and she was living in a house with us. Now I don't remember if she had a bed. She did have her own corner, so she must have had like her own dog bed, but I never really owned a dog since, and I never really wanted to have my own dog. So I like other people's dogs though. Like, I think they're adorable to pet, and no matter if they're big or small, I'll give them some love and say hi to them. And you know, it's just like animals in general. Just let me know down below in the comments if you have a pet, and if so, what it is. It can be anything. I had gerbils when I was younger, and I loved those tiny animals to bits, and I had them tamed, and they were walking on the couches everywhere, and they came back to me, and oh, they were so cute and adorable and tiny. And I won't have them now, but I'm really happy I had them when I was younger. I also had fish, and I'm sure my mother could tell you a very funny story about me and the fish and how they were supposed to be fed. And yeah, I basically thought when I was younger that they would self-feed out of like the green stuff that grew in the bowl. So yeah, I was a very weird one, I suppose. But anyway, back to the drawing. I decided to go for like a warmer skin tone, and I really like how that turned out. I really like how warm it is, and this is exactly what I wanted for this drawing, which, you know, I chose the colors, so you would think it is exactly what I'd want. But yeah, it really worked out. And with the eyes, I decided to go for orange eyes, and I know that is not a common eye color to do, but I think it really fit with the actual drawing, the whole thing, and I really like it a lot. So I wanted to keep everything kind of in the same range, which is what I did for her hair as well. For her hair, I went in with browns and red browns to give it like a warm feel. And I put in like the lines, and I started out with the lightest color, and I think this was a little bit tricky to work with because the colors were quite the same and there wasn't a whole lot of difference, but I think it's subtle enough for people to see what I'm trying to do here. So I'm really happy with how that turned out, and I think I did quite well with that. I think it looks nice and it portrays what I wanted it to do. Now, the only thing that I struggle with hair that is tied up, and you might have seen that in previous drawings as well, is when hair is loose and flowy, I have the room to put in the colors in different places and to give it like highlights and like lowlights and like have those different areas shaded in. And when the hair is like bundled up all together, I just find it harder to do. I don't know what it is. I just think it's harder. And I decided as well for the eyebrows not to go for the hair color, because you see often enough with eyebrows that they're not the actual color of the hair. My eyebrows, for example, are black and my hair is not black. So yeah, I think my hair is kind of like hers, I suppose. So that's why I went for black eyebrows, because I like the difference of that look as well. I think it's really pretty. And for the shirt, for the sweater, I wanted to stick with the browns. So I know this is like a lot of browns in there, but I did not want the picture to be too bright, and I wanted to have like a style and an atmosphere in there where you could look at the picture and say, oh, that really feels nice and cozy and warm and like looks lovely. And that's kind of what I went for there. And yeah, I think I did that. I think that worked out quite well. I did go for black for her top and black for the sleeves, and incorporated a few very light colors. So in the sleeves later on, I'll be putting the lightest shade of purple that I have, and I think it just makes it look a little bit different and nice, and it makes it seem as if it really is a different shirt under it. So she's wearing like the top with like the sleeves that are coming out of like the sweater that she's wearing. So it's a sweater with short sleeves. So that's what I was going for there. And you don't always need to wear long sleeves, even, you know, if it's colder. Right now it's January, so here in Ireland it's not particularly great. So, and yesterday I've worn a shirt that had short sleeves, but the shirt itself was quite thick. It was nice and warm, and I didn't have to be outside that much either, so that did help. I had to be inside a lot, so it's nice and warm in here inside, you know, especially if you have a house that is well insulated, or if you have your heating on. It's just nice and cozy, and that works. So that's what I went for there. For the buttons of the shirt, I used the same colors I did for the hair, but I used a darker version of that on top of it, and it's kind of like a red brown, and I really like how that looks. And I've used that for like the edge on like the sweater sleeve as well, so that really works quite well, I think. And after that I went to the dog, and I have no idea what kind of dog I drew actually. It might be like some sort of chihuahua or something. I am not familiar with dog breeds too much. As I said, I don't have a dog. All I know is this is a small dog. I think it's absolutely adorable, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. So went in with black for the eyes first, and put like a little highlight in there. I did make sure to put highlights everywhere while I was doing it. I did not want to forget it, which is something that I suppose I tend to do. So for like the lady's eyes, I went with the highlights immediately as well, and the buttons, I gave them some highlight to make it seem as if they were like shiny, like really different material than the actual sweater. And then for the dog's eyes, I did the same. I did not want them to look out of place or just completely black without a highlight, because I think that would look wrong. If you don't have highlights in there, there's something off about it, I think. It makes it look flatter. And I know my kind of style isn't like 3D or anything, but I do try and give it a bit of life, and I do think that the highlights will give it some life. So done that, and for the dog I went in with 3 different colors of warm grey, and I kind of tried to have little strokes while I was going to mimic the hair. And I suppose I got inspired by drawing a dog in the picture by someone else who requested me to draw her dog, and I will show you that in a video later as well. And that will just be a picture of the dog itself. It's absolutely so cute and can't wait to show you guys. But that I suppose inspired me to do this one. So that's what I did. I layered the warm colors on top of each other until I had a nice pattern going on, and as if it seemed that, you know, the dog had hair, and I think that worked. And I put some pink in the ear as well, because, you know, ears are not hairy, I suppose, from the inside. So after that was done, I completed the accessories, and I wrote in like the label for the dog food and colored everything in. So I kind of kept everything pretty basic, but it works and I'm quite happy with it, and it remains warm with the colors. So that is it, guys. I'm already done. I can't believe how fast that went. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.